The 2026 Nissan Kicks just pulled off something that almost no subcompact crossover has managed to do. It looks genuinely expensive, feels genuinely premium, and is still landing at one of the lowest price points in the entire segment. If you've been shopping in this class and walking away feeling like every option forces you to choose between style, space, and affordability, the new Kicks is arriving with a very different proposition. But here's what makes this vehicle worth your full attention. Underneath all that upscale design and surprisingly generous cabin space, there are serious trade-offs hiding in plain sight that the brochure is absolutely not going to tell you about. And that's exactly what we're covering today with the shocking pros and fatal cons of the 2026 Nissan Kicks. Let's start on a high note. Here are the things that make the Kicks worth a serious look. Number 4, attractive exterior. There's a particular kind of disappointment that comes with shopping in the subcompact crossover class. You narrow down your options, park 3 finalists side by side, and realize they look like they came off the same assembly line. Same rounded edges, same cautious proportions, same let's not upset anyone design language. If standing out from the crowd actually matters to you, the 2026 Nissan Kicks is going to feel like a genuine breath of fresh air. The platform upgrade translated directly into a more commanding physical presence. The body is wider, taller, and longer than before, giving the Kicks a stance that reads as a proper small SUV rather than the tall hatchback look that haunted the previous generation. A bold, wide grille flows into sharp LED daytime running lights that cut horizontally across the fascia, while the squared-off taillights tie those sweeping body lines together in a way that feels deliberate. Two-tone color combinations, 19-inch alloy wheels on the SR trim, and LED fog lights round out a visual package that sits well above what this segment normally delivers. 7 two-tone configurations are available, and that's a level of personalization that has no equal in this class. For buyers who want their vehicle to actually reflect what they paid, this exterior is delivering. But a head-turning exterior only gets you so far. The real question is what happens the moment you open the door, and that's exactly where the next pro is going to surprise you even more. Number 3, upscale interior. Most people buying a small crossover have had this experience. You sit inside a competitor, run your hand along the dashboard, and feel that hollow, plasticky surface that reminds you exactly how little went into building it. The 2026 Kicks is going after that feeling directly, and the interior is where the generational leap becomes most obvious. Soft touch materials are appearing in areas where budget crossovers typically cut corners first, and the fit and finish is landing several price classes above what the sticker suggests. On SV and SR trims, a 12.3-inch touchscreen becomes the centerpiece, with display quality normally associated with vehicles sitting thousands of dollars higher. The front seats deserve specific attention. Nissan is calling them zero-gravity seats, and anyone who has spent an hour in traffic on a long commute will understand immediately why that name matters. These are properly supportive, well-cushioned seats built for the way people actually use their car, not just for looking good in a showroom. And if a premium interior feels like an unexpected bonus at this price point, wait until you see what Nissan is doing with safety, because the standard equipment list is going to make several direct rivals look genuinely underprepared. Number 2, safety features. Here's a pattern that plays out constantly in this segment. You find a small crossover you like, agree on a price, and then discover that the safety features you assumed were standard are actually sitting behind a trim upgrade. Blind spot monitoring on a higher trim only. Adaptive cruise control locked to the top model. It's a compromise buyers in this class are made to accept far too often. The 2026 Kicks is not going to put you through that. Even the base S trim is arriving with forward and reverse collision warning, automatic emergency braking with pedestrian detection, blind spot monitoring, rear cross traffic alert, adaptive cruise control, lane departure warning, and automatic high beam headlights, all standard across every trim. Move up to the SR and Pro Pilot Assist, a surround view camera, and an available dash cam are joining the package. The IIHS has awarded the Kicks good ratings across its conducted crash tests, and the vehicle-to-pedestrian front crash prevention system is earning a superior score. Therefore, for families or first-time buyers where safety leads the purchase decision, the Kicks is arriving with the right answers already prepared. So, the safety story is strong, but none of those features mean much if the vehicle can't comfortably carry the people you're trying to protect. And that brings us to the biggest practical surprise the Kicks has in store. Number 1, respectable passenger and cargo space. Anyone who has tried to load luggage into a subcompact crossover knows the anxiety that comes with it. You pop the tailgate, stare at the cargo area, and start doing mental geometry. Most of the time in this class, it doesn't work out, and that's the compromise buyers quietly accept. The 2026 Kicks is directly targeting that frustration. Drivers over 6 feet are finding genuine comfort in the front row rather than the cramped position that's standard in this segment. The rear row is tighter, but adults are managing short trips without obvious discomfort. Cargo space is where the Kicks is really making its argument. Front-wheel drive models are carrying 30 cubic feet behind the rear seats and 60 cubic feet with the second row folded, going head-to-head with compact crossovers from a full class above. The floor is low, loading is straightforward, and the adjustable floor height on the SV trim adds versatility that buyers in this price range have no reason to expect. Those are the reasons to pay attention to the 2026 Kicks, but now we need to talk about the other side, and the first con is one that no amount of style or cargo space is going to fix. Number 3. Weak acceleration. Picture this. You're merging onto the highway, the gap is there, you press the accelerator and nothing happens the way it should. The engine strains, the transmission hesitates, and by the time the Kicks build speed, the window has closed. That scenario is not a hypothetical with this powertrain. It's going to be a recurring part of ownership. The Soul engine is a 2.0-liter 4-cylinder, producing 141 horsepower, paired with a CVT. The engine sounds labored when pushed, and the CVT is slow to respond precisely when you need it most. But therefore, the moment real urgency is required, a highway merge, a passing maneuver, reacting to unexpected traffic, the powertrain's limitations become very hard to overlook. A weak engine might be forgivable if the fuel economy justified the trade-off, but that's not what the real-world numbers are showing, and the next con makes that case clearly. Number 2. Fuel economy. There's an unspoken agreement that comes with a low-power engine. You accept the performance sacrifice because efficiency is supposed to be the payoff. That logic is reasonable. But with the 2026 Kicks, that agreement isn't holding up in the real world. EPA estimates sit at 28 city and 35 highway for front-wheel drive models. But because the engine is constantly working harder than it should just to keep pace with traffic, real-world consumption is landing closer to 30 miles per gallon combined, noticeably short of the official figures. What makes this particularly hard to defend is that the previous generation Kicks was actually returning better real-world efficiency numbers. Clearly, the powertrain is a problem, and the fuel numbers make it worse. But the most frustrating con is still to come, and it's going to catch budget-conscious buyers completely off guard. Number 1. Base trims lack essential tech features. Think about your daily commute. You get in the car, connect your phone, and within 10 seconds your navigation is running, your playlist is going, and your messages are being read aloud. That seamless handoff has quietly become one of the most important parts of the daily driving experience. It's not a luxury anymore, it's an expectation. And that's exactly why what the base Kicks is doing here is going to frustrate a lot of buyers. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are not available on the entry-level Kicks S. The base trim arrives with a 7-inch touchscreen and Bluetooth, but if you want phone mirroring, you are going to need to step up to the SV. That's nearly a $2,000 jump for a feature most rivals include from the very bottom of their lineups. For a vehicle whose primary pitch is affordability, forcing buyers to choose between the lowest entry price and a feature they'll reach for on every single drive is a meaningful disconnect that needs to be in the budget conversation before anyone walks into a dealership. The 2026 Nissan Kicks is a genuinely compelling small crossover, but it's not a perfect one. It is the right choice if you're prioritizing style, interior quality, and everyday practicality on a budget. It's the wrong choice if you spend meaningful time on highways, care about efficiency numbers matching the sticker, or plan on sticking with the base trim and expecting a complete experience. Know what you're buying, buy it for the right reasons, and the 2026 Kicks is going to deliver. Walk in without that clarity, and those cons are going to find you quickly. That's the reality of the subcompact crossover segment. If you are ready to accept a couple of compromises, you can get yourself a pretty good deal. And the Toyota Corolla Cross, which you can check out in our next video, is a perfect example. It may not be the most engaging vehicle to drive, but it offers a mix of efficiency and practicality that just a few competitors can match.